Hey everybody, this is Kim Jacobs. Hope you're doing well. I am so excited just to come on here and talk to you because I'm actually learning so much from one of my children that's just totally inspiring me. So I thought I would come on here, come live, give you guys a chance just to come on in and get an opportunity to hear some of the things that I personally am doing that's truly changing how I look at achieving my goals, my dreams. And I believe that the advice that I'll share with you will also help you as well. So make sure that you like this and that you share it with your friends. And please make sure that you take a moment to subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Kim Jacobs Show. Obviously, the show cannot be successful without you guys being a part of it as the studio audience, and technically your studio audience, even if you're watching in the comfort of your home. So I hope that you guys will take a moment and subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Kim Jacobs Show, and make it a part of what you do every week, taking a look at a new episode that'll be featured and lots of great guests coming up down the pipe. Actually, down the pipe is Wally Amos, which is Mr. Famous Amos guy from the cookie company, and we know that he is a treat. That's the least. That's just like a spoiler alert. It is exactly how he looks in his pictures. Is exactly how he is on the show. So I am excited about being able to introduce him to you guys, and that'll be featured this week on the Kim Jacobs Show. Okay. So today I want to talk about how to get closer to reaching your goals. I am excited about the goals and the dreams that I have, and I'm actually excited just because, there are so many things that I know I want to accomplish and things that I have to accomplish during this lifetime, because I just am crazy enough to believe that if you go to your grave with your goals and your dreams, that the whole world misses out. And so I don't want the world to miss out on what God put on the inside of me. And I don't believe that the world should miss out on what he gave you as well. Every one of us are uniquely crafted and special and individual things, talents, and gifts that we bring to the universe, to the world, that makes us be able to make a difference in this world. So who you are, it matters. And no matter what your story is, no matter what your backstory is, God wants to use you to accomplish great things in the lives of other people. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay. The first thing that I want to share with you is making sure that as you pursue your goals and your dreams, be consistent. Type that, be consistent. It is so important that we take the time, no matter what the circumstances, no matter what's going on in your life, just to be consistent. And the person I always use, like a famous person or someone that's historical that you might be able to relate to, or about their lives, whether it be Walt Disney or Howard Schultz, so different people that people know about because of Starbucks or it's Disney World. But in this example I'll use is Jeremiah Jacobs. Jeremiah Jacobs is my 14-year-old son. And when I think of consistency, I think of Jeremiah Jacobs, because Jeremiah, no matter what he has going on, literally, it does not matter if he's out of town, if he is not feeling well. It doesn't matter what he has going on. He has a YouTube channel, and what he does is he goes live every single day. Every day, you're going to see Jeremiah Jacobs. He's breaking his neck to get back so that he could officially go live on his YouTube channel. And I'm like, look, calm down. It's not that big of a deal. It's not la 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 la. And I'm going on and on and on as his mom telling him that, you do not have to stress about the fact that you're not right there at that time. He's like, Mom, you're wrong. Actually, I have to stress about it because I've told my audience that I will be on at that time, and I'm going to do everything I can to be on at that time. So I've learned such a valuable lesson from my son, Jeremiah Jackson Jacobs, who's let me know that consistency is key. So where we always strive to have mentors and managers and people that are older than us that can help us and shape us and help create who we're ultimately going to become. One of my mentors is Jeremiah Jackson Jacobs, and that's my 14-year-old son. And I'm grateful that he's my mentor because he's teaching me the importance of being consistent. So number one, be consistent. Whatever you have going on, do everything within your power to be able to honor your word and to be consistent with your audience, to be consistent with your customers, to be consistent with your friends, to be consistent with your family members and your loved ones. Whoever you say that you're going to be committed and consistent with, do that. Show up, be there for them in their important moments. I even just recently had orientation and school, and he just kept thanking me. He kept saying, Mom, thank you so much. Dad, thank you so much for coming and supporting me for my orientation. Well, obviously for us as parents, that's a given that we'll be there to support him on his journey. But at the end of the day, for him, he just was so grateful that we took the time to support him and be there for his college orientation. I guess from his perspective, there were children there that did not have their parents there supporting him. So he just kept saying, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I was like, wow, I didn't even realize that would be so much of a grateful moment for him, a moment of gratitude. But for him, it really was. So my advice to you is the same advice that Jeremiah gave me. Number one, be consistent. Can anybody type that in? Please make sure you be consistent. And tell me your thoughts in the comment section or whatever about what consistency means to you. It's always important whenever I'm talking to someone, I would like to get feedback from you guys as to what you're actually taking away as your takeaway points and how you can apply it to your life. It's nothing worse than just having a conversation with someone and no one's talking back to you. That's like being a leader and thinking that people are following you, and really all you're doing is taking a walk because you look back and you're like, oh, nobody's back there. So guess what? You can't lead people if they're not following. So if you are, understanding what I'm sharing and this is the kind of information that you want from me, please make sure that you comment and let me know your thoughts. Share some love, subscribe to things that I put out. I'm excited about that. And that's stuff Jeremiah taught me too, my mentor. My young mentor, Jeremiah Jackson Jacobs, said, Mom, you need to communicate with people more and tell them what you're looking for, but don't spam them. Jeremiah is funny because he's like, okay, you have to do this, you have to do this. He gives me all of these steps and tips, but make sure no matter what field you're in that you are consistent. That's number one. Point number two is make sure that you do what works for you. Do what works best for you. It does not matter what works for everyone else because you're not everyone else. All of us are individually created. We have different goals, different gifts, different talents, things that make us who we are. And the beautiful part is that none of us are going to ever be the same. Even if I try to do what you do, guess what? I'm not going to do it the way you do it because I'm not you. And same here, you're not me. So don't even try. All you have to do is be who God created you to be. Do what works best for you. There's no magic formula when it comes to that. For me, it may, as far as like a time frame and a window of time that I work best in the middle of the day because at nighttime I'm tired, I'm kind of irritable, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I still have to do all of this work or all of these assignments and things before I go to bed. And then sometimes when it's time for bed, I'm like, I'm like literally ready to go to bed, but it's still really late many nights because there's so many things that have to be done. But I know that my optimal time is in the middle of the day. I'm excited, I'm energetic, I'm motivated. I can put a great smile on for real because I'm not like, I'm not like, oh my God, when is this going to end? I am genuinely just authentically excited because that's my best working moments. But for you, it may be the early morning. It may be the late night owl kind of stuff. Whatever works best for you, that's what you do. That's what you need to commit to doing. Do what works for you. There is no rhyme or reason to how this whole thing called life works. At the end of the day, we have to be accountable for what we do. And I want to be proud of the results that I've provided to the atmosphere, to the world, to society. I want to know that what I did and who I was made a difference and it impacted people's lives and changed the way they even think about life, the way they think about their goals and their dreams and everything that they would like to see happen in their lives. I want to be the person that helps bring change about by teaching people the process. And many of you know some of my backstory when it comes to having a son that passed away, and I'm not gonna go too south because it stresses me still, and I cannot. Okay. Anyway, having my son pass away at the age of 12, and I've processed this often, and I'm like, I wonder what it would have been like if I had, just had him miscarry when I was having him in my stomach and I didn't get to know him in that level, or if he had lived to be grown and then had children and then passed, or what phase would I have been able to accept it a little bit better? And guess what? There is no phase. There is no phase that I would have been able to accept him passing away like as, oh my gosh. No, no. There is no phase in life, whether it be miscarriage, whether it be 12 years, whether it have been 25 years or 60 years old and I was still his mom, I still would feel probably the exact same way. But the point that I want to make is that while he was with me here on this earth, and I don't consider me losing my son, let me also clarify that. I don't think he's lost at all. I know that Gabriel is in heaven, so I just know that he is living at a different destination. I'm not a parent that believes I lost my son. Lost means that I don't have a clue where he is. I know exactly where Gabriel is. Gabriel is in heaven. He just has a new mailing address, okay? And ultimately to come and get to him, I just need to get to heaven too. And I will get to heaven. That's a promise to each and every one of you. I too shall reunite with my lovely, wonderful, God-fearing, deacon type of guy, diesel, strong. Everything about him was just super incredible. So I will reunite with Gabriel again in heaven. And again, he's not lost. He's very much found right at a different address in heaven. So the point that I'm making when I say do what works for you is it's so important to do what works for you, because at the end of the day, Gabriel, he watched me live my life. He watched me be a great mom. He traveled the world. He was great in school, AB honor roll, all of this great stuff. But at the end of the day, I really wanted all of my children to be able to witness their moms' ultimate dreams becoming a reality. And so I have made a commitment that as long as if I have any control over it at all, which I really don't, but at the end of the day, if there's anything I can do to prevent another child of mine from passing without seeing their mom truly actually living her official dreams, then I'm going to go to great extremes to make that happen. I'm going to be passionate, driven, purpose-filled to make sure that every one of my children are inspired by me, their mother, that if my mom can do it, I can do it. And that's what I want. I want to make sure that my children always know that anything is possible. Anything can be done. You do not have to have any limitations, no stopping because somebody supports you or don't support you. None of that matters. The point is, guess what? You do everything within your power to make your life great, and whatever God is going to multiply it in some regards. He's going to meet you where you are and take you to a higher height, to higher levels. And so my children already get the opportunity to see that, and Gabriel got the opportunity to see that too. But I continue to press because I want to be that inspiration to them. And all of my children are entrepreneurial. All of them. They have their own goals and dreams and visions and things that they know that God's placed down on the inside of them. And so I'm so honored to be their mom. But do what works best for you. That's point number 2. Right now I've said 1, be consistent. Number 1, be consistent. Anybody type any of this? Be consistent. Be consistent. That's what Jeremiah Jacobs, my mentor, my 14-year-old mentor, told me. And I have been doing it, and it has changed my life. Number 2, make sure that you do what works for you. Don't worry about what works for everyone else. Do what works for you. There's never going to be perfect timing, so don't worry about that. Just do what works for you. Number 3, and this is the final point that I'll make for today, is make sure that you believe in yourself, believe in your dreams, believe in your goals, believe that what you think is possible really is possible. If you don't believe it, no one else can support it. If they don't even see that you're like taking this seriously, how in the world can they jump on board and support something that they're not even sure that you're serious about? So believe in yourself and know that you are a difference maker, and that if you don't let your story be told, if you don't share the great things that's happening in your life and how it's happening and how do you go about making it happen, then the whole world is going to miss out. All of us have different stories that have to be told. And some of us can't even tell our full stories because it impacts other people. And so you have to sometimes be mindful and careful about what you even share as different components of your story, because your story is intertwined with so many other people. And so that's very important to know too. So sometimes people say, oh, you're wearing a mask, you're doing this. The mask can come off at any given moment. But guess what? When you unveil your mask, if you know that some things that you would say that are because I got to get my story out to the world could impact anybody else in any level of negativity, be mindful of that and be careful of that, not to hurt anyone else, because the goal should never be to hurt any of God's people, to harm anything that anyone else is trying to accomplish for the sake of you looking a certain way. So I am big on believing in myself, believing that God's got me, God's got you, each and every one of you guys, and he has a purpose for each and every one of us. So let your light shine and do everything within your existence to be the greatest person that God created you to be. I really hope that I've helped somebody today. Point number 1, be consistent. Be consistent. Jeremiah Jackson Jacobs, my 14-year-old son, taught me that. He's my mentor in that regard. And because of him, you're going to see a lot more consistency, where everybody grabs hold to all of these people that have passed away and people that are major mentors, which I grab hold to them too in their philosophies and their teachings. I have grabbed hold to a teaching of my 14-year-old son, who's very well alive right here on this earth and goes live every single day on his YouTube channel. He has 800 subscribers right now. And Jeremiah said, Mom, okay, so what's your goal? I said, well, right now my goal is just 300. Can I get to 300 somebody? Can somebody help a sister out? So right now, yesterday alone, I got 6 more subscribers just because of something that Jeremiah told me to do. So today, as I close out, I'm asking you guys to go to the Kim Jacobs Show on YouTube. And please subscribe, turn on your notifications, and let the whole world know that the Kim Jacobs Show is on the air and that I have new guests lined up, about 6 or so lined up, coming down the pipe for you guys. And I am excited that you guys have decided to support my vision, my goals, my dreams. My goal is to help women specifically know that no matter what your obstacles are, no matter what your circumstances are, no matter what situations you face, no matter what situations you faced in the past, no matter what your living conditions have been, no matter who has supported you, no matter who has tried to hurt you, it does not matter. At the end of the day, you are somebody special and you have greatness inside of you and you deserve to live the life of your dreams. It's not based on anybody else's permission that you get to live the life that God created you for. You are special. You deserve special treatment. God ordained that. And I want you to be all that God created you to be. So let's go on our journey together. Go subscribe to the Kim Jacobs Show on YouTube. Turn on your notifications because, like as Les Brown said, I'm about to come on the air. Take care of yourself, guys. Have a great one, and I will talk with you soon. Bye-bye.